hey Zia, you like the GTR? And I'm like, the Nissan GTR? And everyone's like, no, the advanced GTR. Advanced headphones. Advanced Alphas over there. Remember those? Yeah, love them to death. $500-ish. So I bought those with my own money because people were like, I had the courage and the bravery to spend money on headphones that no one seems to want to listen to, and I loved them. Great. After I bought those, went to Can Jam, met with this company, and they're like, hey, you bought them? Oh, really? You want us to send you some? I'm like, okay. So they're like, hey, do you want us to send you these GTR? And I'm not sure how their legal team is, but they want to get on that. Nissan sort of has that. I don't know how that works, but I have to sort of rush this review, and they've been sitting here for probably a week plus, and I'm trying to gather my thoughts because they are running a Kickstarter campaign for these, which is an interesting way to go about it. It's a good way to run a business, actually, because then you see how much the demand is, so that you don't have to like invest all this money into manufacturing. You just kickstart it. Who wants it? Oh, actually, people do want this, and they buy it anyway. So there's 16 days to go as of the taping of this, and it is 12:45 a.m. Let's get her done. I have to do this. I have to do the sound demo and get it out because they're not at their goal. They want 80,000, which is not much if you're thinking about manufacturing processes. They're at 46, and at current rate, there's about 56 spots left in the $229. So these will cost roughly $250 when they're out, and you can get them on the Kickstarter for $229 if you're getting those spots, or $250. Now, flashback to the advanced alphas. What did I really go over? Like, I didn't like it. Like, oh man, the only thing I hate was the clamp. I explained how you had to take the clamp and you had to go and you had to bend this thing like completely flat. Well, when I reviewed the advanced alphas, I had already done that. I had already stretched these out and put a speaker in the middle of it to press them out. And I can't with these because I'm returning them to the company because these are a sample. They don't have a lot of them. So this is a stock clamp. And I actually built a measurement rig using my kitchen scale and my counter and a block the size of the weight, and then I measured the weight of the headphones and I pulled it. And these are the hardest clamping headphones in my apartment. By a lot. Like let's see. They clamp endlessly and forever. Now you could fix that. It's not the end of days, but I mean, I gotta mention it. When you get these out, it's gonna be like, oh, let me put them on my head. You gotta do weight training to like build up whatever machine, like, you know those spring things they used to use in like the 80s? Get those so you could open these headphones up and put them on your head. Now once you get them on your head, they're actually not that uncomfortable. Usually when things clamp really hard, it sucks, but look at these pads. Not like the other ones at Exchange. These are just on there. I think I don't know. I'm not touching them. Again, review sample. Don't want to break them. They're light. Just like the advanced alphas were light. These are light. These are planars and light, and they're smaller and cheaper. These are actually some of the cheapest planars you can get, excluding the T20, T50s. But I looked on my wall and I went, you know what else is a cheap $200-ish planar? And it's, the M560s. So I brought them down, and that was a mistake. Because I love those. Luckily, they sound different enough from these that it's not going to affect. One does not fight with the other. That's good, because these with the pad mods and the open backs are wide and airy and woo, and these are much more serious listening headphones. So we're actually going to talk about sound. Isn't that crazy? So now that we've gotten past the weight, the sproing, the nice pads, they actually, if you get your ear in here and you just tilt it just so as it clamps down on your head, it's pretty good. It's pretty comfortable. I mean, it's not giant cush Sony pads. I wish those worked on something else other than those, but you could live with the comfort. Detachable cable. I'm using stock form cable. I think it's, little L on it. Really soft. Whatever this is, I like this. It's very soft. It feels like surgical tubing. Like it's just nice, and it's a little thicker than it probably has to be on this end. This is nice, and it goes to a right angle. Oh, so pretty. If we're comparing still to the advanced alphas, I said those needed a truck driven by God to run them, and then they varied greatly on different sources. These, not so much. I'm on the X7S here. I'm at like 11 o'clock. That's a decent amount of power. It's decent. I don't think you're going portable with them, but you know what? Any portable amp will do. Where's my little Fio? Yeah, little Fio. You want to pop out the Q1 Mark II? Go for it. Hell, you could even build balanced cables. Get a little more power out of this thing. Because dual entry system. Like an Ava. So let's put them, hold on. Put them holds on. Let's talk about sound. Not Leonard Skinner. A little bit too old. Oof. I brought those down to compare, and I thought it would be close. I thought it would be close, you know, because those are planars and they're cheap, and these are planars and they're cheap. But those are a much wider sound, because for A, the pads, and B, just the way the driver's built. This is an intense sound. Now, the advanced alphas were an intense sound. See, here's the thing. I don't want to say they have wide soundstage. They don't. Soundstage is when you... Can we get a thing here? Now we know. Here's headphones. I'll explain it again like I did like the last 100 times. Imaging is how accurate you could hear between the headphones, or sounds between left and right. If it just sounds like center and left and center and right, the imaging is not that great. It should move across. And then soundstage is not just moving across, but how far away it sounds when it's moving across. And usually you have to sacrifice one and the other. You get really wide and you'll get like far left, center, far right, center. And that's okay. And that's what these do. These do that. These, on the other hand, GTRs, the soundstage is pulled in. These have a wide soundstage. These are pulled in soundstage. But the imaging and I just, what is this? The Batman OST? And I'm talking about the Michael Keaton Batman OST. Fuck you, Christopher Nolan, for changing your aspect ratios constantly through movies. I hate you. He's actually great, and I love those movies. Don't dislike me. Dream Challenge Tender Batcave? What? Is that seriously the name of this song? Dream / Challenge / Tender Batcave. Wow. Okay. I'll go with it. It's doing this like large orchestral thing with pianos, and there's like oboes. I think it's an oboe. And I hear it all around me and behind me. A lot of it's behind me. And there's something that's right in my ear. And it's a great song. Can I add this to my sound demos? Nah, too slow a build up. That's one of the things about sound demos. Let's jump ahead. It's also very quiet. So if you ever find the original Batman soundtrack, please look up track number 22. Track 22 from the original Batman OST. From the expanded archive. Wow, that's just the weirdest thing, but it sounds fucking amazing. Deadmau5 Survivalism, which is a Nine Inch Nails song, which I love. They're very focused headphones. If I was choosing gaming, if I had to sweep this into my gaming categories, which there are only 2 of right now. There is serious gaming, which is a slightly narrower, much more focused, more accurate imaging, or relaxed gaming, filthy casual gaming, where it's just like, ooh, boom, wee, and that's definitely what these are, and I love them for that, and I love their build. Remember when Monoprice made these, and I thought that everything would be great, and then Monoprice went, bleh. Oh, by the way, those had the weakest clamp of any headphone. I had to actually bend the metal in to give it clamp, and these are the polar opposite. Holy shit, if they could just split the clamp, they'd be perfect headphones. All around. Very pretty. Very small opening for the planar, honestly. I'm feeling here. Hold on. They have it's also a vertical opening. I could see it through that. Most planars go horizontal. This is going vertical, which probably explains why the sound doesn't quite come from the side or front. It comes from the side or back. It's a little bit strange, but you get used to it and you start to like it. Low end. Now, I was playing with some low end songs, and I was like 50-50 on, do these have good bass? And then I hit another song, and it's like, wow. Then I hit another song, it's like, Hit another song, it's like, wow. These are worth $250. They're worth existing. If you are a member of Kickstarter, and by that I mean if you have a Kickstarter login, throw your money down at these, because they're a worthwhile thing. Detachable cable, hella clamp that needs to be undone. I like the metal here, but then it goes into plastic, which is fine. It's what the advanced alphas do. I love this headband system. I love it. It's too tight. It's fucking spring steel is straight out of a goddamn horse carriage. But you get the big metal block, and you get the red indicator and the black indicator, and it's just, oh, they're so pretty, and they are so light. They're that kind of headphone that when they clamp onto your head, it's it's amazing, because it's just like the advanced alpha, where I clamped on my head, and I felt like I could move my whole head around and not have them fall off ever. It's great. If I was going bike riding and I was taking planars with me for some reason, these would probably be the planars. Now, what are we talking about other than they image really well and have okay bass on some songs, and then planar bass on other songs, and then Soundstage is sort of narrow, It's not like, well, the X2s are the widest Soundstage. I'm pretty sure, still to this moment, X2s just decimate the... we've got Argons up there, and we can look at Argons. I don't want to look at you, Argons, because you're better than everything, so can't even count those. It's fucking no. Goddamn cheat mode over there. No. Yeah, these feel like they're in your brain. These are in your brain headphones. Like, it's actually almost bothering me. Like, it's doing this song right here, which you can't hear stereo because it's mono mic on the GoPro, but it's just doing things, and it's like ding, 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 and it's just, oh fuck. These would be amazing headphones to torture people in. If you had the like really scary tracks and you popped them up on LSD and you locked them in a room with a flashing light, and then you played these headphones and there was just like growling noises, people would die. Because let me equate this to something. My 2000X is over there. See those Audio-Technicas? And I claim those are some of the best headphones for serious gaming. And I have fun with them. But I've been scared in games. Not from things jumping out at me. That's how you scare idiots. I've been scared in games because I'm sitting behind a wall and there's some AI with fucking better vision than any eagle that has ever lived, and he's just shooting bullets over this wall. And with those 2000Xs, I hear the whiz like as if an angel has come down from heaven to make me shit my pants. And it's just, and I'm like, I'm actually like moving my head down. It's very rare that happens to me in games. Usually because the headphone I play with is not quite that serious. That's a very serious headphone, the 2000Xs. And here's the planar equivalent of very serious, scary in-game headphones. It makes me wish they had a single plug 3.5mm, because then you can get a goddamn Boom Pro and then gaming headset of the year. You're going to have to go with a mod mic if you go with this. Or, fuck that desktop mic. Look, these things are cheap now. Cheap. I'm going to have a desktop mic shootout soon, and it's going to be like, hey, look how cheap you could do this. You put a mic on your desk, and you just get any headphones you fucking want. Stop with these goddamn gaming headsets. So you got to carry 3 more things to goddamn lands. It's fine. Anyway. Yeah. I might put a gaming in the title, because that's... Music, I'm enjoying them, they get a little bit intense with music. They really do. They get like, But I like that every once in a while. That's why I like the advanced alphas. Because they're not laid-back cans like my M1060s or 1060Cs that are modded, or the Grado GS1000s. Those are all pretty much laid-back headphones. Even the Argons are laid-back. I like laid-back headphones. Like X2's laid back. Then I got the 2000Xs there and the stacks behind me, and they're just like, fuck you, sound! And these go in the fuck you, sound category. So, I'm trying to think what you're going to ask me in the comments. And it's going to be like, well, what about HE 400s? And I'm like, those are a little bit more, I don't want to say the word refined. That would make these seem like they're unrefined. But those are a little more focused on, you can tell when a headphone's sort of like focused on a very specific category of music. And I like the hi-fi mins, especially the lower end stuff, the 400s, the 400 IS, and even the 560s to an extent. You could just tell, even the thousands to an extent, the HE1000s, that someone played nothing but classical flute and violin and piano solos while they were tuning them. And it's like, they are perfect for that. And these will do that. And then these will scare the shit out of you when you put some heavy metal on. You'll just die. I feel like those are just a little bit more refined for that sort of like light grade music. And these are scary. Anything else I can compare to, talk about? Rub, touch, nipples, no? Yeah. I'm gonna keep I'm gonna list these in the description of the video, because these I don't bring them down often enough. They sit on my thing. They're one of the cheaper ones, $200. They got these pads on them, and they're big open planars. And why play with the 560s when the 1060s are there? And you know why? Because these still have a fucking place on that wall every time I hear them. They're just the bit. These might sound with those pads wider than 1060s. They might just be that. If you're interested in headphones for gaming, and if you owned both of these, you'd be absolutely set for every need you have. You want to play a first-person shooter, something that you don't really care about footsteps, they're not your god. Pull these out, you'll be thoroughly enjoying it. Playing a serious shooter, or you want to be scared in the game, you pull these out and then you change your pants, because they get some intense, and they don't take much to power them, so you could probably do it with what you got going on right now. You don't have to invest in one of these. 2 of these stacked up with car batteries in between them. You don't have to worry about it. So yeah, I will link to the Kickstarter for these GTRs. And I'm going to say GTR one more time, but then I'm worried to get sued. So, advanced GTR. I'm sure if you looked it up on YouTube right now, you will find a bunch of car videos. But maybe this video will sneak in there. So please fund this. I want to see them created, I want to see them made, and I want to see the next headphone Advance comes out with. Because right now they only got 2. They got a couple IEMs, they got that crazy stand that's way too much money, and they've got these 2 things. And they're good enough to invest the time and money in hopes that they're going to do something. Anywhere in the world, they'll ship anywhere. Do it. Early bird. If you can, there's 46 backers left for the GTRs in that category, the 229. 229's a steal. So, yes. Link to this. Let me see. How many backers are there? There's only 202 backers, which doesn't seem correct because it's $46,000. I don't know how that breaks down. But check the link at least in the description. See if it's still it's at 46,910. See what it is when you click the link, and maybe back the project. Because, I mean, you're going to get a set of headphones. What else could you want from a Kickstarter? You're going to just get a set of headphones. Sound demo to these, which I have to record very, very soon. If this video is out and the sound demo is not down there, it's because I'm doing things with my recorder. And hopefully I can get it out in the next day or 2 after the video comes out. Because I'm sort of like stuck in this thing where I'm doing streaming tomorrow and I can't quite set up early enough that I want to release this. But yeah, links to these. Links to these, links to her, and anything else I talked about? Did I really talk about much? Not really. Yeah, you'll be good. Okay, I guess maybe a microphone, the Mod Mic 5. Because that, or desk mic. Fuck mod mics. All over the place. Anyway, thank you. Good night. Or good bed, whatever you want to say.